Well, hello out there. Hold on, boys. It's not time yet. Welcome to another live stream coming to you directly from California, right in the heart of the beautiful coastline, Central California, Tascadero. Anyway, welcome. I hope you are having a wonderful, blessed day today. You know what? I woke up feeling pretty damn good. I usually don't wake up feeling very good, until the meds kick in, and but then I feel great. But I woke up feeling good. So that particular song is called Gentle Rain. Wonderful little tune. Hey, Wes, how'd you like that tune, man?
That's cool. It sounded good on that guitar and the amp for sure.
Yeah.
Sounded like Wes.
Yeah. So we got a little story to tell about that. Yeah, so Gail's working the message board. Wes is here working the cameras and all that good stuff.
Yeah, we're ready to rock and roll. We got quite a few people here so far. WC Ray was the first one in the house this morning. What's up?
WSA, yeah.
Yeah, Eddie Davis is here. And
Eddie, thank you for the note, Eddie, by the way.
Yeah. Eddie wants us to write a book on archtop guitar maintenance. So
yeah, wow.
Yeah, that would be pretty sweet. Lewis Taylor's here. Gordon's in Birmingham. What's up, buddy? John Burkhart from South Dakota. Bobby Cox Jr. in Kentucky. Big Steve up in Olympia. Paul P-Man. What's going on, Paul? He's down in Southern California. Audio Talk. Hey, Bill. What's up, buddy? Good talking to you the other day. We listened to your daughter, by the way. She sounds fantastic.
Yeah, she does.
She has a great voice, which is, man, cool.
Yeah. So, yeah, Gentle Rain, we're in the G's, you see. That's why we did that. And I had suggested that particular song for your daughter. Not too many. You don't hear that often. You know, Gentle Rain. It's been used in many commercials, you know, like the Society for Gum Disease. They changed it to Dental Rain. What do you think, Wes?
That was terrible.
Or the Soup Makers of America, the Gentle Rain, like the Gentle Rain. Or Lentil Rain. The American Society of Psychiatric... The mental rain. Like the mental rain. Oh, sorry. U-Haul trucks.
God, please, no!
Rodney T is here also down in San Diego. How's it going, Rodney? Good to see you again, buddy. Al is here. He never returned as a horse. What's going on, Al?
Where'd that name come from? Man?
I love that. Tilo Ortega's here. Tilo,
what's up, man?
Yeah, Tilo's a Jazz Guitar Accelerator student, and
he signed up for another dose.
Yeah, so we're excited to have him.
Gonna turn him into a monster player.
Heck yeah!
Damn it! Don't let me down, Tilo.
Yeah, he won't. He's on top of it.
He's all over it like a duck on a June bug.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he said that you make learning fun. That's what they told me in the email.
Really?
So.
Oh, how nice!
Way to go.
Well, that ship has ended now. It's now that I've got you hooked.
Right.
Again, now the hammer's coming down.
Kenny G's here. He's in California and heading back to Australia on Sunday.
Really?
So he can't. It's too early to watch live in Australia. So he's here today. So awesome.
I do have an accelerator student, Glenn, in Australia.
Yeah.
Doing a wonderful job.
Lachlan's here. Lachlan's a former student. Now he's in the mastermind group, and you guys are having a blast. You guys are ripping right along.
It's fun. You know, it's really fun to get together like that. Don't you think, Lach?
Yeah, it's like a weekly little hangout for sure. A couple times a week, actually. So that the mastermind group is for people that do the Jazz Guitar Accelerator course, then they move on to the mastermind group. So it's a little community of guys who are all around the same skill level, and now they're putting all their knowledge into learning tunes. And you guys are working on Joy Spring at the moment, which is cool.
Yeah, Joy Spring.
Speaking of that,
Woo-hoo!
Don Boudreau's here from Maine. How's it going, Don? Don's about to wrap up the Jazz Guitar Accelerator.
Right, and he's so busy doing gigs.
Yeah.
He's a gig monster. Yeah.
Paulo is here over in Italy. How's it going, Paulo? Jim, Rolf Good morning,
Jim
compadres.
Luffy.
Mike Brandenburgers in Dallas. What's up, Mike?
Here's Mike.
Let's see. Todd Richmond down in Lompoc. Hey, Todd. How's it going, buddy?
Lompoc,
And James.
Rocket City.
It is. James McNamara. How's it going, James? He's over in
James.
Dallas, too. Mark Larkins. Good to see you, buddy.
Mark.
Over in Tennessee. Tom Colhane over in Connecticut. Tom.
Yes,
Good to see you
Tom.
again, Tom.
Tom.
Hey, Leo. How's it going? Leo Brackle. He's over in North Dakota.
South Dakota. No, North
No,
Dakota.
Southwest North Dakota.
Wow, southwest.
Yeah.
North Dakota.
Yep.
That must be by what, Idaho? Or is that how it goes? Idaho and then North Dakota? Or is there one in between?
Well, there's Montana.
Montana.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Kind of a big state, but.
Yeah.
And Joe Leonard just popped in from Santa Cruz. Hey, Joe. Good to.
Joe, what's
to have
happening,
you.
buddy?
So anyway, you got some announcements over there, or some
I do.
some stuff to talk about.
I do. Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? We have finalized the Jazz Fest, where it's going to be, and the dates. Okay, the Jazz Fest is next year, February 28th, 29th, and February 30th. February 29th, March
28th.
1st, February 28th, March 1st and 2nd. Put it on your calendar.
Yeah, save that date. The
Jazz Fest is going to be at the Santa Ynez Valley Marriott.
wow, you're really good at these announcements.
Thank you.
So yeah, this place is awesome. If you guys went to the last one, this place that we got now, the Marriott, it's in Buellton, right outside of Solvang, right along the 101 between Santa Barbara and Pismo Beach. 35-minute drive from Santa Barbara Airport. It's a sweet venue. It's huge. It's a really, really great spot to have this. We're gonna have double the size.
It's yeah, and it's going to be so much fun because, well, the hotel is just the way it's laid out. It's going to be a lot of fun there. Yeah, a lot of big rooms, a lot of rooms. Everybody's right there. Going to have a lot of vendors, we hope, and it'll be really nice. Really nice. They have Starbucks coffee there too, by the way.
Yeah, it's a really great place. Not only is it just a nice hotel, but yeah, the exhibit space is really sweet. The main room where the classes and concerts will be can seat about 300. So more than double the size of this last one that we had in Cambria. And it's just a little nicer, way more space. There's going to be double the space for exhibitors. There's a couple of different rooms. We are going to have a dedicated jam room for guys just to go in and jam with each other, which is a cool little spot. And it's all just kind of right in this little self-contained lower floor of the hotel, and it's just all right there. So very, very excited to.
And the rooms prices aren't anything like they were in Cambria. So I think everybody will be more inclined to stay at the hotel.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know if we can finalize a rate yet, but it's going to be a lot more doable than what was at the Cambria.
Absolutely,
price.
probably right around $200 a night, if not a little bit less. So. So we're hoping everyone's going to stay at the hotel, and it's, a lot of people kind of opted out to stay at all the other places in Cambria, which I don't blame you. There's a lot of cool places there. But there's also a lot of hotels right next to this one. There's Motel 6 is right next door.
Now keep a light on for you.
Yeah, so if you're looking to go on a budget, there's that. And then it's Sideways Inn, where they shot the movie Sideways, is right around the corner. I don't know if you guys ever seen that movie, but
you got to watch it before you come to the fest.
famous movie about wine. And yeah, so it's a cool spot. There's restaurants walking distance anywhere between like cantinas, burgers, McDonald's, other restaurants. There's a
Is it fair to
grocery store within
right?
a quarter mile. So everything's kind of walking distance. It's just this really centralized place. It's going to be awesome.
Plus, like Todd says, the Chumash Casino.
Yeah,
It's not far away.
Yep.
Yeah,
It is not.
Todd, you got to stay away from that
Yeah, and
place.
Solvang is right there.
Your wives will love it. Solvang's right down the road.
Buellton's got a bunch of stuff for the wives, and
Plus, there's split pea soup. Anderson's pea soup. I hope
Yeah.
they're still there.
yeah. Well, I did check that website after last week, and it's temporarily closed.
It is. Oh, okay.
So
Well,
they might be revamping it. Yeah. So so anyway, so yeah, that's we're excited about that for sure. So
Yeah.
I'll be getting the website up and running. Probably start selling tickets here in the next few weeks. So once we get that all up and running, you guys will be the first to hear about it. So
yeah.
but mark the date, February 28th through March 2nd of next year. So yeah.
Yep.
All right, what else you got?
Okay, we're committed. We committed ourselves. We ought to commit ourselves. But anyway, it's going to be fun.
So what I'm noticing back there is that you forgot to bring out all the guitars that you were going to bring out.
Oh crap!
Yeah.
That's right.
So that's fun.
Well, you
Cool.
know what? I could go get them while you talk.
Or I could go get them and you could play a song.
Well, there's that.
Yeah, or you could talk about the amp that you're about to show, or there's.
Okay,
But
let's.
no, let me do all the talking because I'm the big jazz guitar player guy. So yeah, I'll just do the show. You can just go. Like I'll just take over from here.
Oh, that's every dad's dream.
Yeah.
You just take it over. I want to go fishing. I don't fish, but I'm going to start.
So anyway, yeah. So we are gonna have some.
Why do you keep bringing that up?
Oh, because I'm looking at the rundown. I'm trying to keep the announcements moving because you're kind of
Well,
just
if
like
you'd shut up, I'd say something.
floating around.
Okay, let's talk about this amp. I want to talk about the guitar show. We went to the Santa Maria Guitar Show, which is a smaller show. Okay, if you have ever been to any of these other ones, Orlando, LA, San Francisco, they're big. They're big show. But San Luis Obispo, not so big. Okay, but it's fun. Anyway, so at the show, a fair amount of people came. A lot of vendors that I've known for a long time came. Did you notice Bill Silverman wasn't there? It really surprised me. Anyway, that's Eldorado Straps. I sold that Johnny Smith. Remember that Johnny Smith? I sold it to Guitar Center. I don't know why. It's because, everybody says I have too many guitars, so I sold it. Anyway, but look, this guy came in who I bought a guitar from a couple of years ago, and came in, and he said, "Hey, he had a Johnny Smith, by the way. His brother was a jazz guitar player. He says, I'm still trying to do stuff with his gear, and I have a Standel amp out in the car." And I said, "Oh, really? I would like to see that." And look what he brought in, okay? So, all right, you're saying, buying an amplifier is it's a lot of commitment because the damn thing weighs a lot, and it's not like a guitar. But this is the Standel amp, the SC, the Super Custom 15, SC15. It's got a JBL. This is the amp Wes Montgomery used for several sessions. Also that, Wes, did you get that clip? Were you able to find that clip?
Yeah.
Okay. You want to run that clip? Can you do that?
Yeah, I can. Yeah. Should I do it? Should I do it?
It's got a JBL.
You missed some of your announcements, by the way. That's why I was like,
Well,
what?
we'll get to them. But
The announcement portion of the show is supposed to be at the beginning of the show. Anyway, here we go. Here's this clip. Here, hold on. Let me get this volume down here. Go ahead.
all right, so
Speak.
this is a solid state amp. It's a 1965. And when I plugged it in, I thought, oh my goodness. I thought, holy cow, that's the sound. That's the sound. And so I got all panicky and I bought it. It was a moment of weakness. I couldn't help myself and I bought it. And so here it is. It's got reverb. It's got...
Well, here, let's. You were talking about the sound. So here's Wes Montgomery playing this amp in 1965. Here you go. All right, yeah. So there you go. Pretty sweet.
Gosh, that guy was amazing, wasn't he? Oh, man, jeez. Anyway, I couldn't help myself. I bought the amp. Did you notice on that, it looked like he had the price tag of the amp on there. Anyway, look at it. It's got tremolo. And reverb. It's got tone. And there you have it. Oh, we didn't want to bring that one. Sorry, honey.
This one?
I don't think
No. Oh.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
I'll go in there and get him.
He'll get him.
Yeah.
Thanks, sweetheart. Gail's trying to be helpful. And brings out a couple of guitars that I bought at the show, by the way.
Yeah, so
But we're not going to show them yet because why?
because we need content for our shows.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay, can I tell them what I bought?
Yeah. Which is on the announcement portion, but now we're like in the amp. Now let's go back to announcements, and yeah, we're really jumping all over the place here.
Well, that's us, man.
Yeah.
We're jumping.
So do what you want to do. Go ahead, talk.
All right. Did we talk enough about this amp? This thing, it weighs only 35 pounds. Come on now. Something like that. It's not too bad. A little bulky. But, I'm going to try it at a gig on Sunday. So, Sunday at Puffers of Pismo. And we'll see what it sounds like.
Well, don't you
live.
want to talk about like the history of Standel amps? Like no one knows. They're really hard to find. They're not around. Who made them?
Bob Cooks.
So why don't you talk a little bit more about the amp?
Okay, all right. Bob Cooks, this guy had a repair electronics shop in Temple City, which is down in L.A. on the eastern side of L.A. And it was Paul Bigsby, the Bigsby vibrato guy, wanted a custom amp made. And so he got Bob Cooks to do it. Now there's something about it took so long that for him to build it, and he built it, and he was running hi-fi stuff through it and trying to get a great sound out of this hi-fi, and then realized when the guy came over to play, he says, no, it's not voiced right for guitar or something. So we back to the drawing board. And so he started, they're all tubes back then. That was all tube amps. I think once he got one made, he took it out to I think it was Cliffy Stone, who I met a long time ago. Cliffy Stone was a Hollywood producer. He had a show called, in L.A., some kind of roundup show. And it was a variety show. And I think it was Speedy West, who was a steel player. He brought the amp in, and Speedy loved it and ordered one. Okay, next, Joe Maphis loved his, and then he ordered one. And then Merle Travis. And then all these people started ordering these amps, right? And that's how Standel got started. Chet Atkins played out of one and did tons of recording. There's a little funny clip about Chet had a contract with Gretsch, who had amplifiers, I guess, and so he had to have a friend buy it for him. And numerous other people, Wes Montgomery did. Now, I don't know if Wes played one of the earlier ones, but he did play this one on that video. Of course, Wes played other amplifiers. He played Fender Deluxe. I think he kind of played what was available, but I can't imagine. He must have carried that amp to Germany. That's my thinking, because they weren't over there. They were in Southern California, those amplifiers. And then I think Wes also played out of an Ampeg. So that's pretty much it. It kind of took off, and they still make amplifiers today. They didn't make a whole lot of amplifiers, They just didn't. Bob Cooks, I don't know, maybe, I think I read something like 75 amps or something. So they had similar background to Leo Fender in that they were like a radio repair people and stuff, and was into electronics, and started these amplifier companies. So it's pretty interesting. You can look it up. Deke Dickerson is a wonderful history on Standel. So I thought Standel, I thought that was the guy's name or something, but he L Electronics was, and then Stand. I don't know why he said Stand and then EL, and it came Standel. So there it is, Standel, and a lot of guys were playing those things and still are. It's crazy. You could buy a Standel, a new one. I think they're about almost $3,000, but I didn't pay that. And this is, like I said, a solid state, which, you know, I go back and forth about the whole solid state tube thing. One thing I like about solid state is it just doesn't seem like it. You don't have to repair the tubes and, you know, keep up on all that and stuff. But this amp is fairly quiet. It's not too loud. It is a little noisier than the Henriksen or any modern amp. It's got a little kind of noise in it. So let me play another tune. You know, we're in the G's, right? So let's play this song since it's a Wes song. This is Going Out of My Head. Wow, look at those guitars just magically appeared. Thank you, Wes.
Yep.
All right, so anyway, don't you think that sounds like Wes? I mean, you got the L5. He played an L5 for most of his career. It's like, dang. It said, Milton says, dang, Rich, I love that L5. Me too. All right, so the reason we brought those out, we were going to try them in the amplifier. By the way, look at this guitar right here. What? See that? That is a brand new spanking Heritage 575, and I haven't worked on it at all. Usually I got to do a little messing around with it, put my strings on it. Anyway, I'm going to be offering that up. You guys want to jump on that. And then we've got the D-Armin. We were going to check out the amp with the D-Armin pickup on this Style B D'Angelico. And then, of course, I've got a Samick right there. What do you think, Wes?
So talk about
Take it over.
the amp here. So do you think it sounds better than, a Henriksen or a Quilter, or what are the pros and cons of it? What do you like about it? What makes it sound so good to you?
Well, it has a sound that's reminiscent of what I've heard in the past. So it's not like a Fender. It's just different. It's not necessarily, it's not better, but it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to be playing with it. So I'm not going to be using the Quilter. And the Hendrix, I only have one of those, and I like to keep it in the studio. I don't take it out too much because I'm lazy. And but the Hendrix is voiced a certain way, which you can't beat. They're fantastic, but so everything is different, just like every guitar is different. Of course, the amplifier is the second half of the equation, right? You got to have a nice amp, got to have a nice guitar. They go hand in hand. So,
do you think, because Wes played Fender tube amps before that, right?
yeah, I don't know, Wes, from what I've read and understand, he wasn't like a guitar nut or amplifier nut. He referred to his guitars as a box, and he wanted to play the L5 because he could get another one. It's basically if it got stolen. So he strikes me as a fella that would like go to a studio and plays what's in the studio. If they have a Fender Deluxe Reverb, that's what I'll play. He didn't strike me as somebody like nowadays people, Stevie Ray Vaughan bringing in about 5 amps and figuring, or the Eagles, those guys bringing in all these things to get these different sounds. He didn't strike me as that. He found something he liked, and then, but in the beginning, he, I think that L7 that he did that one album with, one of his earlier albums, wasn't even his guitar. It was, I think it belonged to Kenny Burrell. So, like I said, he doesn't strike me as a guy that's really totally into his, even though it is his sound, but it's the way he played and all that, using that thumb and stuff. So, I don't know.
Well, so it sounds a lot different than a tube amp. It definitely sounds like a solid state amp. It doesn't have that tubey sound to it. So I was wondering if that switch was a deliberate switch by him, maybe like the feedback issues.
It could have been.
Or, just too much brightness or, whatever, it definitely sounds solid state for sure. So,
Well, Yeah, I guess it does. Yeah. Yeah, it's I guess, yeah. I think it sounds, but it's got a certain tone to it. The combination of that 15-inch JBL, you got that sucker in there, and that's I always liked that. I put one of those in my Vibroverb. Can you imagine a Vibroverb, right, with the 15-inch JBL? How heavy that is, and so I had that when I was younger, when I could muscle that around. And then, as you know, Wes, later on I had to have you carry my stuff out. You and Corey.
Is this, EP is asking, is this the amp that Hank Garland used to use?
Well, that's a good question. Did you ever find that history of with Dick Dickerson?
No, not really.
History is Standel. Anyway, he might have. Yeah, I think he was one that probably used it. Garland, Chet. The Nashville guys, the steel players were using them, and so it was one of those things. It's like an underground deal, And then Standel, I guess, started getting bigger. You could actually go to a music store maybe and buy one. Ooh, something like that.
It definitely sat like compared to the Henriksen, which we should plug in that Henriksen a little later, just to kind of compare the two. But it has more of a vintage sound, obviously, than that Henriksen. Those Henriksens are so clean and like pure sounding,
Yeah.
And this definitely has a lot of, it's got that warmth that comes with a older amp, so it's pretty cool.
Interesting. Yeah. It is. It's a nice sound, and I just couldn't pass it up. Try to find one of these.
Yeah, there's not many out there for sure.
Yeah.
That's it. And like I had never even heard of the amp before, which
Oh, you didn't? Yeah.
No, I never.
I guess back in the day, you could special order. You order. You go to Bob Cook's and order an amp and say, I want to build me an amp. And then you would tell him, all right, I want it red and white or black and white, or black. I want, or all white. So he would make it, and it was your own amp. It was made for you. And so something like Rob Riggs does. So it's very interesting, the history of that. And it's amazing how it took off because, let's face it, word of mouth is the best advertising in the world, right? So if somebody says, hey, man, I really check this amp out, and then you go, wow, that is nice, and I want one of those, and that's how it got going. It wasn't like some salesman selling you an amp. Yeah, don't you? I think every note on here, especially with the overhead mic, let's face it, the cabinet has a lot to do with the sound, right? You got to have the speaker, you got to have the cabinet, all those things.
Yeah, that's a huge cabinet on that thing. It's a big amp.
It's a big amp.
It's like,
and especially for only having 5 knobs.
yeah, it's like when you look at it and see the speakers like right in the middle.
Yeah.
It's got a foot of space on either side.
I've told you a million times, don't exaggerate, man.
That is not an exaggeration. There's at least 10 inches of wood on the side of that. Everyone wants you to play some more, so.
Oh, okay. Well, let's play another G song, shall we?
Or how about another song that like Wes did, so we can try to get that signature Wes sound.
Oh, well, I just did going on my head, but I could do something else.
Yeah.
Somebody had William Melton mentioned 4 and 6. We could do that.
That, yeah, like Road Song.
Oh, Road Song, yeah. Road Song, we haven't done that in a while. Wait a minute, let me find it. Hold on here, Wes. Let me find it. That would be under R, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Road Apple Song. There it is. Okay, you might have to adjust the volume.
Okay.
Play. You loaded 16 tons. What do you get? Sorry, need I digress? However,
Please, no! No! No!
Merle Travis played one of those. He wrote that. Merle Travis played one of these, right? Yeah. Okay. One fist of iron, the other is steel. If the right one don't get you, then the left one will. All right. Road Song. Yeah, that's a great tune, isn't it? Jeez Louise. All right, you know, I've done some modification on this guitar that I haven't shown anybody yet. I have a new tailpiece, courtesy of Greg Gordo. Greg, help me out, Wes. Greg Gordo. Gore? Is it Gore?
Are you like, what is wrong with you?
What's the name of what's this like? Gordo. Say it.
Delorto.
What?
Delorto.
Delorto. Greg Delorto. Yes.
What? Wait, again, let's go back to this question. What's wrong with you?
I've got too much on my mind, Wes. The memory's full.
It's been full.
And plus, you know, it's starting to fail. All right, but look at, so isn't that pretty? All right, I put that on there because the other one was, and I, of course, going to save it. And this is a repo, not a repossession, but a reproduction of a pickguard, And look at, he also gave me this stress rod cover. And I also bought some new tuners, and I'm going to put those on. Which, by the way, if you've ever put new tuners on an old guitar, be careful because it's really easy to chip. Because the holes, you got to drill the holes out a little bigger.
Plus, that L5 has that fancy decoy pickup thing.
It does. It's got the, what did we name this thing?
I don't think we ever did, but
Yeah.
it's basically a fake pickup.
It's a fake pickup. It's got speaker cloths there. And I tell you, it opened up the guitar, right? It opened up the guitar. So anyway. Oh, yes, it's a beautiful instrument. It's a beautiful thing. All right, so what other announcements did I miss? Oh, the camp is almost full. So if you wanna come to the camp, and I encourage you to do it, get on board the camp train. Come on, guys. I call it a camp. It's a workshop. It's in a resort. It's not a we're camping out. We're cutting bait and building a fire. It's at a resort up in the mountains. It's real pretty. Everybody eats together. Everybody goes to the classes together. Everybody plays together. It's just a beautiful thing.
See, I don't know that, like, when you say camp, it's like you're going to a camp, you know? It's not like you're saying, like, jazz guitar camping.
Right.
You know what I mean? Where you're like, people aren't pitching tents at a, like, if you go to summer camp or something. You know what I mean? Like,
right,
you stay in a place.
But when you say camp, it makes you think of, like, okay, we're going to be in a bunkhouse. Doesn't it?
No, I don't know.
You're rooming with a bunch of other people. No, that's not how it is. So anyway, it's a very nice place, and you'll be more than happy. It's beautiful too that time of year up there. It can be hot, but not this last time. It was great. Weather was beautiful.
Richard Jenkins says JBLs were standard in the much earlier Standel 25L15 amps. Those were tube, of course. Great amps. Love the solid state standards as well.
Mm-hmm. Thank you for letting me know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So they still make them in their tube, I assume. I just assume that by their price. So, whatever. Camp equals tents and mosquitoes. See, we don't.
See that for me, I get that, Gordon, but I say like camping equals tents and mosquitoes.
Right.
Camp is like, I don't know. Maybe it's
Okay,
like a retreat or something.
It's a retreat.
You know?
Yeah, it's a retreat is what it is. And man, that is a nice sound.
What kind of strings did Wes Montgomery use?
I was reading about that. I don't know. They're probably Gibsons, but they were like 13 to 56, something like that. Who was it referred to them as cables?
Yeah, I saw what I saw yesterday when I was looking around. It was 14 to 58 was.
Oh, 14 to 58. Wow,
Yeah.
that's probably 300 pounds of pressure on that neck.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you do you know if they're flat wound or round wound or?
They were flat wounds. They got to be flat wounds. Yeah.
Yeah. And then
Which, by the way, a flat wound string is got a much bigger core than a round wound string. So you're talking about a massive cable. When he said cable, he not too far from the truth. It's like a bass string.
yeah. B flat 222 223.
Don't be flat.
233.
Don't be sharp.
I've heard great things about your jazz guitar camps, Rich, from my buddy who has attended twice.
Oh, who's that?
Yeah, who's your buddy?
I don't know.
Rob says, think how much better Wes would have sounded with Rich's set.
Yeah. Now, he must have had the action pretty low on that. When you listen to some of his playing there, you can hear some buzzing every once in a while and stuff, which is, it's funny, which I don't mind at all. I like that, When you listen to Howard Roberts is just so clean and precise playing, and his guitars too. And he had pretty high action, I guess, is what I understand. He also had a very, very big problem with his hands sweating, and John Pisano said, "I wouldn't let him play my guitar. He plays your guitar, the freaking strings are ruined." So.
So talk about your strings and what you have on that guitar.
Yeah, these are Diodario, extra light chrome, brights, flat wounds, 48, 38, 28, 20. And then the set comes with a 14 and a 10. I replaced that with a 15 and a 13. So if you don't think one little gauge matters, it really does. It's crazy. Now, by the way, I just picked up a set of Ernie Ball flat wounds. I didn't know Ernie Ball made flat wounds. Did you?
No, I didn't. No.
And
I mean, I just assumed they did. They make
not everybody makes flat wounds.
They make about 1,000 different types of strings and stuff. So I figured they did at some point.
Yeah. So I bought a set. I think it's same thing, 48, 38, but it doesn't have a 20. It's got an 18 plain. So I don't like that as much. But I bought it anyways. I want to check them out and see. Maybe they'll make me a string. They're just right down the road here, right? But I think they moved their string manufacturing to Indio over by Palm Springs. But they're San Luis Obispo, Ernie Ball guitars, right down the hill over here. I have a couple friends that work there, or did work there.
Yeah, maybe you should talk to him about them making a set of strings for you.
Yeah. I like Ernie Ball. I met Ernie Ball once or twice, many, many moons ago when I was a youngster. Yeah. So you want to hear some of these other guitars in there? In that amp, or do you want to talk about something real quick? Mike Murray. Mike Murray's here. Hey, Michael. Mike's been to our key.
Well, let's
workshops.
get the other two. What guitars did you buy at the show that are coming up for us to talk about next
Okay.
few weeks?
They are an Ibanez GB10 from 1990, I believe, or 2000. It's blonde. It's beautiful, beautiful little guitar, sweet. And then I bought an Epiphone Joe Pass. We'll fix them both up, offer them up. And the GB10 is a fun little guitar. It's a nice little traveling guitar because of the size, you know. But we'll check it out. I've had those before, and one time I was going to be in a band, and we were going to do Benson tribute. So I bought one of those guitars, and it never happened. And so I just played from one of my students wanted one, and I just sold him that one, and there you have it. This guitar, I would almost like to refret it. The frets are just a tiny bit too low, but I'm afraid it would change the tone, which it does. Hey, there's Clay. Clay's on here. Bluesbone 007. All right, where are we at, Wes?
Well, what?
Could you talk about the accelerator real quick?
Yeah, I could.
Would you?
Sure.
Beautiful. Because we just got a couple new guys, right?
Yeah. So yeah, Jazz Guitar Accelerator. We got a couple spots opening up. We got Dawn's gonna be graduating here pretty soon, and then a couple other guys getting close to the end. So we're gonna have a couple slots opened up. It's one-on-one jazz guitar coaching. It is 10 weeks. Usually runs a little longer than that, but it's an intensive, customized jazz guitar coaching program. So it's all over Zoom, and you sign up and you get to work on what you want to learn. So we got guys learning chord melody. We got guys who want to improve on their single note soloing. We got guys that are kind of just getting into jazz. We got guys that are really good. So it doesn't matter your skill level. We got a lot of lessons and education material to progress you no matter what skill level you're at. So if you've wanted to take a deep dive into jazz and that's something that's been on your mind, this is the fastest way to get better for sure. And it's like, you know, going to college for a semester, but without a group. You're getting one-on-one, you know, classes the entire time. So it's really intensive. There's a lot of homework. Got to have time to practice, and it's a great program. A lot of people are having a lot of success with it. So just go to jazzguitaraccelerator.com to book a meeting with my dad and I, and we'll sit down and see if you are might be a good fit. So got a couple slots open, which they're not going to last long. So if you are thinking about trying it out, get on there, book a call. Let's talk about it.
We'll talk turkey.
Thanks for that awesome contribution to the conversation. God forbid you talk about it.
Yeah. No, it's a good thing. It's a very good thing.
Again, another solid contribution to the conversation. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah, so, okay, let's move on. Or do you want me to talk some more about the accelerator?
I don't even know, but just
What time is it? Oh, never mind.
I say you play a song on, keep that L5, play a song on that Standel, and then play the same song on the Henriksen, and let's get a head-to-head comparison real quick before you switch guitars.
Okay. Do you think it ought to be a track or
Yes.
just a
Yeah.
track? Really? Okay, Wes. Hold on, let me get my strap on. Hold on. It sounded funny. Green Dolphin Street is a G song.
Perfect. That's a great song that a lot of people know.
Oh.
Here. Danielle brought up a good point there that that song is actually called On Green Dolphin Street.
Oh, that's right. So I'll play it again when we get to the O's. Okay, you making the switch?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet. Thanks, Rich. Yeah, that amp sounds pretty damn good. I don't care who you are.
Do you channel 1 or channel 2 on Henriksen?
The one closest to the wall.
All right, see if you're happening.
Is that flat? Which, by the way, that amp wasn't flat. I don't even know where to find flat on that thing.
I mean, this thing's all over the map if you're on that one channel.
Okay. Well, I'll dial it in. Here it is. Here it is, little Hendrix amp. Oh yeah, it is. Isn't it?
Yeah. Anyway, Butch Bulls says here, how's it going, Butch? Good to see you again, buddy.
Butchie boy.
I've been playing professionally a long time, and Rich immediately
Butch.
had me thinking about the fingerboard in different ways during my assessment. Highly recommend the accelerator program. And that's just your first lesson there, Butch. So
Thank you, Butch.
You're gonna be
a nice thing to say.
You're gonna be accelerating a lot, I have a feeling. Which is the idea in a short amount of time.
Yes.
All right, are you ready?
I am ready.
Okay.
Damn it, and this time I'm going to play it right.
All right, so here's the Henriksen. All right, very different.
Very.
Yeah, I think they sound worlds apart for sure.
Yeah.
Let's see. Paul P. Man says the Henriksen sounds really smooth, for lack of a better word. WC Ray says more saturation, high fidelity. Todd says I think the Henriksen has a bit better note separation. There's definitely a level of clarity that comes through on that Henriksen, but then I don't know. It also, to me, loses a little character. Like the other one just has that,
More character, yeah, a little, yeah.
Yeah, the Henriksens are just like such a, like I was always say, it's like a pure sound. It's like very, just so clear, and the clarity is crazy on those amps. I mean, if it's up to me, I would probably take the Standel over the Henriksen, just because
All right, you want to buy it?
it's got. No, I'll just wait till you die.
Okay. It won't be long. Yeah, it's got more what?
It just has more character. It's got that vintage sound. It's warmer, for sure. Yeah.
You can dial in. That was flat. This Henriksen at flat, which wasn't probably a fair thing, because that amp's got, you could boost the treble and all that on this, but I wanted to just have it flat. I think it sounds good. Generally, I run it flat, anyways. You know what I mean? So there you have it. Transistors are better than circuit boards. So help me understand this. This amp doesn't have tubes, but it has transistors. Is that the deal? And this amp over here, the Henriksen, doesn't have transistors. It's got circuit boards. Aren't transistors in circuit boards? Am I saying this correct?
Well, yeah, Lachlan says tubes better than solid state, ? Transistors better than circuit board. So I would assume that since those are both solid state amps, they both have circuit boards, right?
I don't know. I don't know how this works. Maybe circuit boards came up later on. I don't know. You'd have to look at that. It might be just kind of hand wired to transistors, I guess. I mean, where's Rob Riggs? He would know. Rob, get over here. So we need to figure that out.
Yeah, Al said earlier, the problem is hand-wired solid state. Basically one of a kind and irreplaceable. The older they get, the more fragile.
Yeah.
So,
both have PC boards.
yeah.
Okay. But
Which is a circuit board, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how it works. I'm not a clue on that. Because I remember when you took soldering, electronics in high school, they give you a circuit board, okay, but you plug in the transistors, and then you wire with the circuit boards. Now this is a pre-made up circuit board with no wires, because it's the circuits going on, if I got it correct. This is still hand wired, but it's on a circuit board, but not a what's the word I'm looking for? A pre-wired circuit board, I guess. So.
Yeah, PC, printed circuit.
Oh, printed circuit. Okay.
And he said both have PC boards.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to open it up.
Yeah.
I know I'll ruin something. I just have that. Yeah, Corey would know. That's Corey. My son's an electronic engineer. He would know. Your phone, if you've got a Samsung phone, he made the chip that phone talks to the antenna. So you can thank him for that.
Yeah.
Or curse him.
Why don't you play just a fingerstyle piece right now on that Henriksen, and then we'll switch it back over to the Standel and
Why don't we play a different guitar?
Well, because the L5 is, got that sound. It's just
Okay.
we're
Okie dokie.
just something. You don't have to play the whole song, but just something real quick that that you could play similarly on both takes. What are you gonna play?
I'm going to play Georgia since we're in the G's.
Okay.
Okay.
Great. All right, let's swap these back.
All right.
Here, I'll do it. Don't play that. Then everyone's going to think we're over.
Okay. Pat Evans didn't used to be able to check tubes in the drugstore, didn't? Yes, we used to be able to check your tubes in a drugstore. Todd, if the Standel is old enough in a tube, it likely doesn't have PC boards, but does have boards that have eyelets for components. Yes, that's what I'm thinking it is.
Yeah.
Well,
Again, I think I liked the Standel a little bit better there, for sure. But sounded almost like you needed to dial in the settings on the Henriksen a little bit more.
yeah.
But-
Which I could have. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But Standel sounds really good. It's awesome.
Well, that's what I said. You know that when he brought it in, number one, it was in beautiful shape. It's got this one little tear down there, and he brought it in, and I thought, oh, it looks pretty dang good for being, it's a 1965. Man, so it's been well taken care of. A lot of times you get old amps and they're all rusty, and I don't know what people keep them out in their garage, and they just go to hell. So it looked good, and when I plugged it in, I thought, oh, wait a minute now. Wait, hold on here now. Wait a minute. This sounds kind of good. So I don't think your mother was very happy, though. I was getting that feeling. I had just sold that Johnny Smith, and the money was burning a hole in my pocket. You know what I'm talking about, Wes, right?
Yeah.
Because you're like that. And
Oh yeah.
yeah, you
Big
are.
spender.
You were always like that. You couldn't save a penny to save your soul. You've changed now, maybe, but when you were little, you couldn't. Corey could. He saved up to buy a TV, but you spent your money all the time.
Why
It's
did
not
you
a
bring
bad
that
thing.
up?
Why did I bring it up? Because I had the money in my pocket.
Oh, yeah. I mean, like I think it was a good buy, even if you hadn't sold that other guitar. Like, you're never gonna find another one.
Yeah, I've been to a lot
Where-
of shows. They're really hard to find. I've been to
Yeah.
a lot of shows.
I mean, especially if you're such a big like Wes Montgomery fan. The only problem though now is that this room now is becoming an amp storage area,
Amp Graveyard.
and it's like, God, can we just?
Well, I don't really want to take them over to the storage unit. That storage unit bugs me.
Well, maybe sell some of your 54 guitars that you have in that back room. 54 guitars.
Oh yeah, there's plenty of them up for sale. Yeah.
54 guitars you have. That's you got a problem. That's problematic for sure. In that one little, it's like a standard sized bedroom,
Yeah, but
and you have 54 guitars in there, in all with huge cases. It's like, oh,
yeah. So what's your point?
sell some of them and put the amps in there, so they're not in our space where we do videos every day and where we work, and so this place doesn't become a storage facility.
Did you see what Todd Richmond wrote?
I've had it with this dump. Okay.
Okay. All right, where are we at? Anybody got any requests or anything?
I say let's bring down that Samick and play that. See if what kind of West sound that gets, since it's an L5 copy. It's
Okay.
definitely would be interesting to hear if the difference there.
You know, I got to say something about the jacks in this. The jacks are like super tight. You know, when you go to plug it, you can barely get them out. It's like those really good Switchcraft jacks. You know. Crap.
Wow.
Hold on. Oh, this is not gonna be pretty.
What a pisser.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Look at the flame on that. Come on, man. I don't care who you are. That is nice.
Yeah, those are sweet guitars, definitely.
Yes, yes, sir.
Hey,
Kirby's here.
Lachlan, thanks for the tip, buddy. Appreciate that.
Kirby's. Oh, yeah.
And
Thank you.
Anybody else who gave me a tip, thank you. Leo and Mark. You guys rock.
Nice.
Gary, Salima.
Is Gary on here?
Yeah.
Hi, Gary.
And Gary, did you get your that driver downloaded? I'm wanting to get you set up, man. That was it's gonna be cool.
Yeah, nowadays, you buy a mixer and you think you plug it in, it should work, right? No, wait a minute. Now you got to get the driver, and you got to route the thing in the computer. It's not like the old days,
Oh yeah. Plus now they're like you don't even have to like the new interfaces and stuff. You don't even just download the driver. You have to like get the app, and then the app is constantly like trying to upsell you on software and bundles, and you're just like, God, just give me I just want to plug this thing in my computer, and so it pops up.
Yeah.
But yeah, Gary got a Mackie mixing board like the one we use because he loves the sound that we get on our YouTube channel and stuff. And then also too, I'm not gonna lie, I am not a fan of Mac computers. It's so much easier to like just open up a file on a Windows and then it runs and then it's downloaded. Like Mac, never works. It's never easy on a Mac to like upload software, at least for me.
Let me try. This is really a low output pickup. You want to play Georgia on this now? Is that what we're doing?
No, let's play something else. Just
good.
play like a track or something.
Okay, you got it.
So this Samick, by the way, is for sale, since you refused to mention that about most guitars. The around what, $900,
something like that.
So if you're thinking about ever getting an L5 but you're not sure if the size is going to work for you, this is the guitar to get and test out, and you'll be able to, if you don't like it, you'll be able to resell it, because there's not many out there. They're killer guitars for $900, so you can't really beat them. They get a great sound.
Yep.
Have you posted these on the website?
No.
Shocking. So yeah, if you are interested in these guitars, you can email us or call us. You can find the number. I'll put it in the chat. How about that?
Attaboy, Wes.
Or maybe Mom could do that. Throw the link to the guitars for sale in the chat, and then on there you can get the number to call. But I imagine once you get these up on the site, they're gonna go pretty quickly, because like I said, they're not falling out of the trees, that's for sure.
No, they're not. And if you want to play an L5 and travel, I don't know, maybe it's good for that. Okay, we'll just play a blues. Probably have to adjust this.
What's that noise?
I think it's the amp. Yeah, amp's a little noisy, especially the weaker pickup, you know.
All right. Todd wrote you a song real quick while you were playing. It's goes like this. It's Thursday and I'm feeling so low. My baby said 54 is too many and some gotta go. I got the too many guitar blues.
I hear that. That is too many.
Also, I see a post in here from Rich Severson in the chat that says, email rich@guitarcollege.com for information on my 54 guitars for sale. Yeah, so.
It's our retirement, babe. Sweetheart, it's our retirement, honey. You know,
I already set you up with a retirement account.
that ain't enough. Jeez.
It's that what I set you up with is more than what those guitars are worth. That's for sure.
No, it's not.
You think those are worth more than $250,000?
I didn't get $250,000. What are you talking about?
You put $60,000 into an account in 10 years from now, that shit's going to be worth, yeah.
You really think so? We'll see.
No, I just told you to do that because I thought it was a good, yeah, of course. You saw the numbers yourself. Do you think they're lying to you? And if so, then why'd you do it?
Well, I hope so.
What's wrong with you?
Oh,
All right, let's try that. Let's try the D'Angelico.
okay. Are you gonna like outfit me?
Yeah. Otherwise, it takes 20 minutes.
Ow! God, dang it, Wes. Jeez, I've never done that. Whoop, 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 whoop.
Got any red guitars for sale? Yeah, you got a red L5 for sale. Pat's inquiring about a red guitar.
Oh yeah, yeah. And a red Birdland.
There you go.
Red Birdland. That's, yeah. Oh, by the way, okay, talk about amps and stuff, right? So I brought this Mustang amp that I've had for a long time. I bought it a long, long time ago. Those aren't, Fender Mustang amps. They're not very much money, a couple $100. And, I set it up and I was playing that Birdland through, what was I playing it through? Oh, a little Fishman. And I plugged it in that little Fender Mustang, and that made that Birdland just sing. It was like, what? I'm like, oh, wow. Got a lot of mids, didn't it? Where's that tuner?
Here, I'll get it.
Whoa, what was that?
My headphones.
Oh. I don't think it sounds, this amp sounds as good with these guitars. I don't know.
Yeah, no, the L5 definitely sounds. This one sounds better than the last one, but this one, this D'Angelico just has a weird, unique sound to it. It's got its own thing going on.
Come on now, you can do it. Okay. Hey, did you see this comment from Michael Heaven Camp? I bought a new Standel amp in the early 70s. What a piece of garbage. spent more time taking it to the shop than playing through it.
Oh man, that's a bummer. Was it a tube amp or a solid state or which one? What did you have? What was it?
Yeah, be curious to think. Hey, I'm not saying go out and buy a Standel. I ain't saying that. I just got this and we wanted to do a thing on it. But anyway, Fender dependability. I guess. Kenny G. According to Wikipedia, in 1970, Standel unknowingly received a batch of defective output transistors that failed over time. Wow. That's all it takes, right, to put you under, is some bad parts.
Yeah, that's really interesting.
Yeah.
And the same year as when Michael got his amp.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Yeah. So did you ever find out, Michael, was that the reason? Was it the defective output transistors? Ah, man, that sucks.
Yeah, well. Yeah, that could do it. I have a friend that got some builds handmade amps, and he's passed on now. But he got some bad transformers, and it was like, let's do "Girl from Ipanema." It's a G song.
Yeah, these two other guitars sound just kind of tinny on it, you know, a little thin. I don't know if it's just that L5. You need a really dark guitar for that amp to shine.
Maybe so.
Cause that when we played that style B through the Henriksen, it sounded freaking great. Just sounds a little thin, I guess. WC Ray said too tinny. But
Yeah, that's weird.
that guitar
Yeah.
still sounds sweet though. It's just got its own kind of
It sounds better through the Henriksen.
yeah.
I would say the Henriksen is a more of a versatile amp
Right.
than this. It's pretty specialized. But like I said, a lot of steel players like this amp. Probably the 15. Plus, this got that JBL. That's a trebly speaker,
Yep.
and it's not a good speaker for distortion. So it's not like a. We're getting to that time there, young man.
Yeah.
It's I want to thank you guys for showing up and making the live stream what you do. It's so nice of you. And Gail, thank you for doing all this. And Wes, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll see you next week with a brand new show. Ay. Did you hear my jokes in the beginning? Wasn't that good when I did Gentle Rain? Wasn't those good jokes? Dental, no. Okay, thank you, and we'll see you next week. And I'll see you, Locke, I'll see you tomorrow, huh? The Jazz Mastermind.